Plaintiffs Trude and Nathaniel Lewis are suing their ex-roommate for skipping out on his share of the rent and bills. Defendant Eric Tryon claims the plaintiffs were so messy he had no choice but to move out.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Case 106 on the docket, Lewis and Lewis versus Tryon.
Let me see what we have here. The plaintiffs, Mr. and Ms. Lewis, you are suing the defendant, Mr. Tryon, for $1,111 for unpaid rent, utility bills, late fees, and lost wages.
So we met the defendant through an old coworker of mine who had placed an ad online for a roommate.
Yes.
And in September of 2017, myself, my husband Nathaniel, and his twin brother Isaac, we signed a lease with the defendant. Initially, when we moved in, we felt everything went really well. It was going great. Over time, we started to realize
So you all signed a lease with the landlord?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Over time, we started to realize that we had different lifestyles that were not very copacetic.
How would you describe the lifestyles as different?
We had different hours that we were awake versus sleep. I don't usually have a lot of friends over. He had friends over.
Got it.
That's not true.
Whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were relatively messy, like we wouldn't immediately clean up our dishes and stuff, and so they kind of piled up a little bit. And a lot of our butting heads started one night when he had friends over to play cards. I sent a text message saying, hey, can you guys keep it down if you're going to be loud? Can you not do it on a work night? His response to that was something to the effect of, no, that's not going to happen. So I went down, we had a confrontation. Eventually it got to a point where he started separating our cans, and Ike has a good story.
Your cans?
Where, in Oregon, you pay a 10-cent deposit to buy a beer or soda, and you take it back and you get that back. And so we were just putting them all in one communal bag, and then he started to separate them, and Ike...
And you are obviously his twin brother.
Yes.
And also a fourth roommate in the situation.
Yes.
He so he was separating the cans out from each other, also because he was moving his stuff out, so he wanted to make sure everything was separated for some reason. It was kind of petty a little bit. And then, like, the next week, it's just didn't matter to him anymore. Because he was like, I don't care about that anymore.
Right, he had a friend over who had put a can into ours, and you said, whoa, no.
Ike had brought home many people, 10 to 15 people from the bar at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It was only 4.
They had come home after last call. They were all very drunk. One of his friends who was drunk said that they would like to start cleaning because they saw all the mold and they saw all the bugs, all the ants and flies that were flying around the kitchen, and decided that they were going to start bagging up the cans. I said, go ahead, put them all in the same bag. And Ike turned around very, very drunk and said, are you calling me a liar? And I said, I'm not calling you a liar. I would just like for this to be cleaned up. And he's like, you said that you never wanted these cans to be connected. I'm like, I just want them to be cleaned up. And I'd also like it to be quiet, please. And then he charged at me with his fist clenched.
Okay, what I'm sensing here are people that don't get along.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and so you're leaving.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
And now we get to the part of what the lawsuit is about.
Yes.
That you all agreed that he would leave, and you agreed that you wanted to leave. And so an agreement was signed.
The agreement was signed based on the information that we have text message proof of him telling us that he would pay the money that was owed.
He told us
in
that he
order
was moving
for us
out,
to sign.
and he said he would pay rent and bills.
You have this.
Maybe if I have the copy of the form if you'd like.
We signed it under the understanding, which he led us to believe, that he would pay the money that was owed to us.
And he said that on multiple occasions, and then before we had signed it, he was insisting that we go sign it. He sent several texts and in person said, have you guys signed this?
Me
All right, this is
it.
the signed release in front of the landlord saying that you all and the landlord are releasing Eric Tryon from any financial responsibility on the above apartment. So as of this date, he was released of any financial responsibilities he had.
Yes, before we signed it.
Yeah.
Before we even told him we were going to sign it. And he insisted that we sign it, and then he told us he'd pay. And according to Oregon law, ORS 165.042, it says the person obtains the signature of a person to a written instrument by knowingly misrepresenting any fact. This is a misdemeanor in Oregon. We could have him charged.
Sir, I'd never seen this form before.
This isn't a form. This is a law.
Well,
It's Oregon law.
The point is, there's no point in signing a release of any financial responsibilities he has still left on the apartment if he's paying the rent for the rest of the time that he's not there. Then why would he sign the release?
We're not asking for the rest of the lease. We just want the last month's rent.
He'll tell us to move it out, give us 5 days, then we would have to rush to get the rent together for that time. And he also said he was going to give us that rent the day he moved out, which he didn't.
What is the month that we are talking about where they're saying you should pay the rent and you're saying you shouldn't?
They're referring to March, I believe.
March. It was March 26th.
So they're saying you owe for the month of March. You're saying, and you hadn't paid that yet.
I actually have a document saying that.
Did you pay for the month of March?
Yeah.
You paid
March
for the month.
1st, I have a withdrawal from my bank, $589, which is the amount.
That was for the previous month.
Yeah.
Well, you don't pay at the end of the month for the month you just were at. You do pay at the beginning of the month for the month you're going to be there. So if he paid on March 1st, that is for the month of March.
But then we get
no
into,
one pays for the rent after they've been there.
We get into the point of him not giving us enough notice to find another
That's
roommate.
a separate question.
Or to have the financial obligation.
Okay, you're just arguing about. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
But for the month of March, he has paid. This agreement is March 26th. So it means no more financial responsibility like coming into the month of April.
Yeah,
he
you
sent
us
an
text.
email saying he would pick up the rest of his stuff.
Yeah.
And then he would bring a truck and he would pay rent and utilities.
You knew that you had paid on March 1st.
That's right.
So when you emailed them saying that you were going to send them some money, bring some money, what was that money for?
When I went to sign documents that day, I needed to make sure I had the money that I needed. So I would be.
For what would you owe the landlord if you paid
If there
the
was a
rent?
termination fee, I had not seen the document that you're looking at right now. So I brought money to offer to the landlord if they
Did you
requested.
pay the utility bills for March?
I did not pay the utilities bills for March because in that text message, Trudy's asking me about, so awkward question, I see that you've been moving your things out, and my response is, things have been so messy in the apartment lately, they've essentially constructively evicted me.
You didn't give a 30-day notice, did you?
I gave them notice the last time I paid rent. I said, this is going to be the last time.
We have
No,
a
he did
text
not say
message
that.
from March 26th saying the time has come. I'm letting you know I'm officially moving out. I'll pay rent and stuff in a few days and grab the rest of my furniture this weekend.
You didn't give 30 days notice.
I gave notice to the landlords.
Not 30 days.
Okay.
Where is it? Show me.
I don't have a
Everyone's
physical
just saying stuff here. I want to see it. You didn't give the official 30-day notice. In reviewing all these matters here, and it's complicated because you all started out as well-meaning people trying to share an apartment. You have different lifestyles, and it's not working. What's nice is that there's agreement that you're just going to leave. You'd rather be someplace else, and they'd rather not have the responsibility of trying to adjust their lifestyles to what you want to do. And the landlord gets it too, with a document that they signed releasing you, that they agreed to release you from the rest of your tenancy there. The price of them letting you out of it ought to be that they're entitled to more than 5 days' notice that you're leaving so that they can get their part of your rent together. You are obligated to pay your share of April's rent. You're not living there, but that's the 30-day notice that you didn't give them. I fined for the plaintiffs in the amount of $588. Hey YouTube, check out my new show, Judge Jerry. Now for sneak preview and behind the scenes footage, subscribe to my channel now.